Hi, I'm Davina with forkandplate.com, and today we're going to show you how to make a cronut. Now, we've had one of these and they're absolutely amazing, but we've cut out all the hard work and we're going to show you how to do this at home using whatever you have in the house. So what you need first, you need some granulated sugar. You're going to need some vanilla pudding, some instant pudding, whatever works. You're going to need the Pillsbury Crescent rolls in the tube. Those work best, we've found. You're going to need some confectioner's sugar. A wine bottle. Now this is not to drink, actually you can drink this, but we're gonna use this to roll out our dough as our rolling pin because we don't even have a rolling pin here. And then we're gonna use some whole milk, some kitchen scissors, a Ziploc bag, a shot glass to cut out the whole of our donut. And then you also need something else to cut out the outside of the donut. So whatever size you choose, you can find an item that has a sharp edge around and you can use that. And don't forget that you need canola oil about 2 inches deep in a pan. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to take your crescent rolls, you want to open them. So you're going to unwrap them like this. And if they don't open right away, you just kind of give them a little push and they'll open here. So I'm going to open these. I'm going to take out your dough. And then you're going to unroll it. Now you want to unroll all of this dough here. And be very careful, you don't want to rip the croissants apart. You're just gonna unroll it like this. And then they've already marked the dough for you. You kind of want to just seal all of this up because we're gonna use this as one solid piece. So you just want to seal this kind of like this. And if you want, if your house is warm, you can flour your work surface before you do this so that your dough doesn't stick so much. Kind of helps out a little bit. Okay, so we've sealed up all of the holes here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna fold this like a book. So we're gonna put one edge over here and then another like this, kind of in thirds. And we're gonna take our wine bottle, and we've actually floured it a little bit so it doesn't stick. And we're gonna just roll this out, you know, a little bit, just so it all kind of sticks together. And then we're gonna take our dough one more time just to create one more layer in here. And we're gonna fold it again in thirds, just like this. And we're gonna roll it out with our wine bottle, which we need a little more flour because it's sticking. There we go. Okay, so once you get this, this is probably a really good size. We're gonna grab our donut cutter, and this is the size that we've chosen. You can choose whatever size you want. This is good for us. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna cut one donut out of this. We're gonna take that and set it aside. And then we're gonna try to get one more out of here. So we're just gonna give it a little bit more of a roll. I'm gonna get another donut right here. Perfect. Now that we have two, we're gonna grab our shot glass or whatever you wanna use for the donut hole, and we're gonna put this in the middle. And we're just gonna take the middle out. Now don't throw away the donut holes because these are really good. I mean, you can fry these too and do whatever you want with them. They're awesome. So after you've made your cronut cutouts, we're gonna heat our 2 inches of oil to about 350 degrees. And then we're gonna make our filling. So we found a really easy way. We're using a Ziploc bag, and we're gonna take this Swiss Miss vanilla pudding. Now you can use the Jello instant pudding. If you're a chef, I would do a pastry cream if you can make that as well. And the recipe will be below on this website, so you can check it out also. But we're gonna do it the easiest possible way. And this is our Swiss Miss vanilla pudding. We're just gonna open this up. I mean, this stuff's already awesome. There's nothing wrong with Swiss Miss. We're gonna open our Ziploc bag, and we're gonna just simply spoon in our filling. Now, if you wanna get really creative with these, you can go and use, you can add things to this vanilla pudding. You can add coconut, you can add strawberries, you can add like a raspberry puree. You can do pretty much anything you want with this. Just get as creative as possible. So we're gonna add our pudding. It's pretty messy, but it's fun, who cares? We're gonna work everything down to the corner. Now I found actually if you add 2 or 3 containers of the pudding, it's actually a little bit easier to work with, but we're gonna go with 1 right now. We're gonna seal this off, get all of your air out, and then you're just gonna twist your bag like this so that you get all the pudding to the end. And we're gonna cut the tip off right here. We're just gonna make kind of a little cut in the end of our plastic bag so that we can pipe this into our cronut. Okay, so now that our filling is ready to go, we're going to make our icing. And we're taking powdered sugar here, and we're just gonna take some whole milk, and we're just gonna pour it into our confectioner's sugar or powdered sugar while we're stirring, or onto the table, wherever you wanna pour it. That's really good. Now you want to do about 6 to 1. So for every 6 parts of your confectioner's sugar, you want to add like 1 part of milk, which will make it easy. You want kind of like a glaze, you know, so you want it thick. So don't be scared. I mean, it's sugar and milk. You can't even mess this up. It's like crazy easy. Oh yeah, look at that. Now you can use a whisk, and if you don't have a whisk, because not everybody has a whisk at home, you can use a fork. And this is pretty much the consistency we want, just so that it's a nice glaze and it will stick to the cronut and not go everywhere. So you just want to keep stirring until all of your confectioner's sugar has dissolved in your milk. Okay, so once your oil is about 350 degrees, you're gonna grab the cronut whole, and we're gonna use this as a test piece just to make sure that our oil's hot enough. Because we don't have a thermometer. We're going crazy here. We're gonna drop it in, and you see that it's bubbling and floats right to the top. That's how you know your oil's ready. Okay, so we know our oil's hot enough, and we're gonna take our cronut and throw it in. Actually, we're gonna do both of them. Oh yeah. Be careful, don't touch the oil. It's hot, and it sucks if you get burnt. So now you're just gonna let this go about 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes on this side, and then you're gonna use something like tongs and flip it over. So once you see your cronut starting to get brown around the edges and puff up a little bit, you know it's almost ready to be turned over. And so this is almost, it is absolutely ready actually. Take them out. Okay, so once you take them out of the oil, you want to dip the entire donut into granulated sugar so that you can cover all of it. I'm just gonna put some on top, the sides, you can flip it over. Just want to get it all sugared. Now you can add cinnamon to this, you can add all of your own flavors and spices to this sugar mix. But this is the one we're doing. Okay, so once you've sugared your cronuts, you want to take something long and sharp and you want to insert it into the sides of the cronuts just so you can kind of create a pocket so that you can fill it with your pudding. So we're using this thermometer here, but you can use a straw, you can use a knife, whatever you have laying around the house. This is the point here. We're going to take our filling and we're going to fill the inside of our cronut. I'm just going to squeeze that in there. Okay, so once you've fried, filled, and sugared your cronuts, you want to take your glaze and you want to make sure that it's the consistency of paste almost. You know, the kind you used to eat in kindergarten? That stuff. So you want to make sure it's like that consistency. And if it's not, add more sugar. And if it's, you know, if it's too watery, add more sugar. And if it's too thick, then add more milk. You know, you can figure it out, I'm sure. So what you have to do here is you just take your spoon and we're just gonna spoon, you know, a little circle on top. And if it runs over the sides, that's okay. There it is. Go nuts for cronuts.